Alright guys, welcome back to another tutorial video. This one we're going to basically do a Prussia tutorial where we can see if we can maybe get to 100 million GDP by 1850 as basically just Prussia. So the first thing you're going to want to do is give investment rights to every single German state. Since you'll be annexing them all, it really does not matter uh, with how much investment they have in you, because you will basically own 100% of your economy directly after this. Bavaria is like the only one that you might have trouble getting investment rights with. There might be a couple other ones. And then once all of these are done, this just takes a while. Oldenburg. Alright. Now that's all these. Now you're also going to want to improve relations immediately with Holstein and Schleswig, so that when you go for German unification, they're more likely to support you. Since we're going to war with Denmark to eventually take these two off of Denmark and liberate them, or either that or annex them. If you liberate them, they're not going to like you because you're going to war with them to free them, and they don't want to be free. Then I'm going to just upgrade all of my cavalry, and then we can get some of our consumption taxes set up, and then we can go into resources. We'll go here and here. The best state now, in my opinion, is Westphalia, or here once you take this from Austria, because in the beginning it's not that great, but Austria holds half the mines. This state's also fine. Then we can mess with trade after we start the game. We can go to politics, or go into our institutions, upgrade these. I'm going to go to legal guardianship to make the church and the landowners happy, and then after I make them happy, I'm gonna try and like get dedicated police force and all that stuff. Also, look at that extra authority, so now we can go road maintenance here, and then maybe do another resource thing here. We can also give more people investment rights if we wanted to. Let's get one here, and we put an interest here in Africa because we're going to take the Danish Togo. But we could also give investment rights to like Belgium and Netherlands. They're pretty good, or even Sweden, and get Sweden in our power block. Let's try and do that. Alright, we will not invest in Sweden, but we can try and get them in our power block. We can do the same thing with the Netherlands. Alright, put in that deal. And then we'll do the same thing for Belgium, maybe? Okay. And that's our deals. Done. We honestly can keep 7 construction sectors for now and like build nothing to get rid of this debt if we really wanted to. And then go low government wages, low military wages. We could also build more construction sectors, but for now I think what we're going to do is just build some iron mines here, I guess. And or actually, you know what? We're going to get our next company is what we'll go for. So we'll actually build engines here and get the Prestige Engine Company. And then we'll wait and see what gets more expensive once we unpause the game. So all these treaties are going to be accepted. Bam. We're not worried about this. We have 365 days. We have all of the German states investing in us. We can now do this. We're going to research nationalism next. We're low on influence, but that's fine. We would declare rivals on France and Britain, but doing so gives them a higher likelihood to intervene in our war against Schleswig-Holstein. We can also actually get rid of any like road maintenance decree and put them in West Prussia. Our foreign queue is going to get really big, and it's just going to be basically all these guys investing in us right away. Hanover would be another good one to get a treaty with, so that they can invest in us. So it might be beneficial to actually get rid of this for the influence and give them investment rights. We can't do it because of how negative our influence is, so we're just not going to worry about it for now. Have 100 days. Okay, we'll go back up. Okay, and then we'll go back down. As you can see, all these North German states are going to invest a lot in us, even though it doesn't show any of the investments they're doing in us. Alright, we can actually cancel this because we don't want to go negative in bureaucracy. Another thing I forgot to do is upgrade all of these. Switch off here. Okay, we're going to do this, so get the tax spread, get rid of that. And we actually don't really want secret police. Alright, we can get off this, get off this, get off this. Trying to hire as many workers as possible, that's why we're getting off of the tools. We can add this, this. Alright, France is going to be at war. Great Britain doesn't have an interest here, so we're going to start our war with Denmark. And then we're going to liberate these, make sure to make them primaries, otherwise you might forget. Nobody's likely to join. Ooh, that might make France more likely to join. Okay, Egypt joined against us. That's fine. Ooh, we have Holstein on our side. That's kind of cool. Alright, that's done. We're gonna make Denmark a protectorate. The reason why I wait is because sometimes France joins and you can get Alsace for free, basically. We're gonna get National Guard. We're also going to mobilize. Let's switch out our stuff real quick. So let's get you as a general, you as a general. That's it. Then let's go here. Give you them. Alright, and then I'll wait. And I'm just going to have these guys go on rapid advance. Give them their supplements. And I messed up on actually giving them tobacco. We only want to give them chocolate and liquor. Mobilize them, send them there. Alright, and we'll win that war pretty quickly. Might even just do this and send some more troops. Ooh, make sure our military wages are high as well. That impacts our success. We actually won't upgrade this so that we can afford the National Guard once it gets in. Now, as you can see, all the buildings that the smaller German states are building in us, this is what's going to get our GDP really high. And then we can also add Schleswig and Holstein into our sphere. We're going to make a rivalry with France now that this Denmark thing's over. We'll do that with Prussia so that we get more influence, so that now we can edit the Hanover Treaty and give them investment rights in us, guarantee trade, power block, trade privileges, do that. And then we're going to want to get, let's get companies first. Another thing that will be important is getting joint stock companies, because then we can get that second company really quickly. That's not in our interest. We're going to decline that. Alright. Now we have a Denmark puppet, and we have the Schleswig-Holstein journal entry completed. If anything, making another rivalry with Great Britain might not be a bad idea, otherwise do it with the Ottomans, since they're not that powerful. And then you can get Holstein to also get investment rights in you, get them quickly in our power block by giving them trade privileges, and then we're going to try and do the same thing with Schleswig. So we'll go here, here, power block assembly. We could do trade privileges as well. Alright, cool. We're getting almost everyone in our power block. We're going to try and get Sweden, Norway, Hanover, Schleswig-Holstein, and Netherlands and Belgium, if possible. Maybe even Switzerland wouldn't be a bad idea. You could also even go for Sardinia, Piedmont. here. Political migration. What is this guy? Ooh, that's awesome. We want good relations with all the German states so that they remain in our power bloc. Alright, let's invite Holstein into the power bloc. Declare more interest. Let's declare one in Zanj, and we can actually take Zanzibar in the future. Alright. Now let's just work towards paying off that debt. Let's get the joint stock companies done really quick and then get nationalism. And then we'll actually get this for the extra influence, because that's going to be important since we have all these treaties. And I'm just going to let our war reps go for a while. Or our money increase so we can pay off that debt. That's what I mean. Alright, Sardinia Piedmont wants a deal. That's pretty awesome. Let's guarantee their independence, give them investment rights. Can we do a power block assembly? Yeah. And they're actually paying us 1,000. Cool. Now we can get Hanover into the power block. National Guard is done. Now we can look for getting dedicated police force. We can actually increase our construction sectors. Let's just build them all here. And the reason why we're increasing our construction sectors is because our investment pool is just going to continue building in us, and we don't have to build. You don't have to build your own economy. You can let your private sector do everything for you, and you can also let your foreign Qs do the exact same thing. Alright, now we have all the German states in our power block. We almost have Sweden and the Netherlands. Now we'll go for construction, so that everyone constructs faster than us as well. We'll get advanced research last. We do not want the radical quite yet, even though it doesn't matter, we could have him. We'll go with this. Okay, we can actually lower this. I'll keep him at medium. Ooh, that sucks that Netherlands broke that treaty. Why don't they like us? What happened? Alright, whatever. It would have been nice to get them in our power block, because then we get the Dutch East Indies in our power block for the future for rubber. Then all we have to worry about is subsidizing these railways, most likely. And also we need to upgrade these. We should have done that a while ago. Alright, now we'll probably just build some railway. Oh, everyone's doing it for us. Okay, so we don't even have to worry about it, really. Let's look at our budget. We'll build 5 government administration buildings here. We'll build 2 more there, 3 more here. No. Alright, let's look back at our treaty with Sweden and see if we can give them a power block. Embassy, yeah, there we go. That'll make them actually end up joining us. Basically, everyone's going to build all of our iron for us. Iron and coal. And what we can do is we can actually just build up our paper and our universities in the meanwhile, if we wanted to. Alright, there we go. Let's increase that and increase that. The reason why I'm increasing the police force is just to prevent turmoil. Alright. Our private sector is investing like crazy in Belgium. We might have to stop investing in them. We'll build some paper here, build more paper here. And we'll just build another 10. We're just going to build a lot of paper. Alright. Our next one will be companies 2. So that we can get a third company. Our third company, I mean, it's not necessarily as important. I would get the glass company most likely. Otherwise, we could get an explosives company. It takes a long time to get this other artillery company. Explosives companies can be good for the fact that you get prestige explosives for your steel buildings, so you get better explosives because explosives become way more important. And then you could also get many different companies. It doesn't really matter. The glass one could be nice as well because glass becomes more important. Then there's also the company you get with this with Germany as well in Baden, but all this stuff is later in the game. Okay, we can invite maybe Sweden now? Nope. We also have another 100. Yeah, we'll put a consumption tax on opium. We'll get rid of the consumption tax on liquor and wine because it's not really that great at the moment. And in all honesty, I want to test out assimilation in these states and see if we can actually see a difference. So it's still majority German. This one's majority Polish. This one will become majority German though when we take this. I want to see mainly if we can make this almost majority German. We also have to get cultural exclusion though for our assimilation to be the best. They're almost ready to join, but not quite. Alright, we can fully max this out. Now we could probably get colonial exploitation. Yeah, let's get it. See if we can get it at least. Alright, how's our market price for paper? It's going down. We're going to keep building, even though we probably shouldn't. I'm going to build 5 more paper here. And then after that, I'm going to start our expansion of universities. Put them here. No. I mean, it wouldn't matter if we get a defensive pact with Russia, but there's no real point. It just costs us our influence. Alright, Sweden is going to join our power block. We'll go here. We're most likely going to get Switzerland and Sardinia, Piedmont, but I doubt we're going to get Belgium, so in all honesty, maybe we should stop investing in them. If we can even find the Belgian treaty, there we go. Unless they're willing to take our power block assembly. I mean, let's just make this a 5-year treaty instead. Alright, we can... I forgot our third company, what we can even get right now, so let's see if we can get any good third company. Another good one would be birth rate company for Germany, because Germany almost needs that extra pop. What you're going to find out is we're going to run out of population actually fairly quickly. So birth rate might not be a bad idea. In fact, that's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to get the birth rate company, but I believe we got rid of the groceries in Posen, right? Yeah, because they're unprofitable. Do we have any good grocery food industry areas? No, we basically got rid of all of them. Okay, we're going to build them all back in Posen. That means I'm going to put them above everything else. Let's just build them right now. Here, go here. We're even gonna, we'll have to subsidize them probably as well. Why aren't groceries that profitable? Our standard of living is kind of low as well. You can also see our GDP is still growing pretty quickly, and we only own half of it. The reason why forming North German Federation too early is actually bad is because then our economy will not grow nearly as fast. So we could actually wait another 10 years or even 20 years and we would be way bigger. Basically just wait until all of your peasants are almost gone. So you can see your peasants right here. And we're already out here. We're out almost there. We're getting close probably in Westphalian. I mean, we're getting low in all of our peasants, but once we get almost to 0, then basically 100% for North Germany by then. So we'll subsidize this building for a period of time just so that they don't delete them. We might even need an extra one because it's owned by the private sector. So yeah, let's build an extra one. Who supports Austria? Is it South Tyrol? Because I forgot, or not South Tyrol, but Transylvania, I believe, is considered part of the journal entry now. Yeah, it's Transylvania. I don't even know what law we passed. Oh yeah, it was colonization. Can't get cultural exclusion yet. Let's get wealth voting. Let's put the industrialists in power because they're gonna help us pass this way faster. Alright, can we get the birth rate company? We can. Alright, we're gonna give them investment rights and livestock ranches. Alright, then we can stop subsidizing this. In all honesty, we should probably make groceries cheap and maybe even build some trade centers here to export it. Because otherwise these grocery companies will just die. And we do not want that. Let's look in our society tab. Oh wow, the Polish are extremely discriminated against. Okay, after this, we're going to finish up labor movement so that we can get public health care. Other paper, still decently expensive. How are these grocery centers doing? Still kind of bad. Liquor is also really cheap, isn't it? Yeah, so let's put a subvention on that. Try and make these buildings as profitable as possible. Okay, we're gonna extremely tariff opium, because I don't want that in our market at all. Let's get Bessemer process, upgrade our steel. We can see, can we get anyone in our power block? No. We could max out our construction, but let's just get advanced research here. Yeah, we're not gonna gain any influence in Belgium. They have too many great powers also influenced inside of them. So after 5 years, we'll actually probably get out of Belgium. I'm sure we're investing quite a lot in them. No, only 6 levels. Okay, that's not too bad. If we look on the GDP graph, we're number 5 already as Prussia. We're already past France. And we're probably 5 years away from becoming the number 1 GDP in Europe. Alright, we got wealth voting now. Now that we got wealth voting, we could probably actually get laissez-faire, which is what we want. Let's upgrade advanced research to level 3. Where are we in the world market? Second biggest exporter already. The Conservatives are gonna win hard. Let's decrease the autonomy of Denmark. Crusade for change. Yeah, we'll get laissez-faire. Way better chance to succeed. Cool. That's done. I'd like to get cultural exclusion as fast as possible as well. We'd also want to get our government administration buildings. We want a little bit more so we can upgrade more institutions. Paper is going to become expensive again, like crazy, I'm sure. We'll put a 0 tariff on that. Alright, the Conservatives won. Let's go with this. This is a pretty big government. Now we might... that's still really bad. Once we get laissez-faire, we should probably be able to pay off this interest really quickly. We should also reorganize our military a little bit. In the meantime, get rid of these treaties. Let's go Rhine. We're going to move all of our artillery over into one army and all of our cavalry over into one army. And we're going to do the same thing. Go trade centers here. Let's look at the buildings here so that we don't lose the grocery stores. Alright. France is embargoing us. What the heck? here. Alright, let's go to North Germany. We'll do the same thing. Artillery goes over here. Cavalry over here. Okay, did the general die? Yeah, the general just died. Over here. Do that. Get the research. Over here. Oh, is this a pillager? Yeah, that's a pillager. We'll put him in an artillery army. You're good at being a defensive general. We'll put him also in an artillery army. Then we'll add you as offensive. You can be defensive. He's actually a pretty good offensive and defensive general. Get another offensive general. You will be an artillery general. You can be cavalry. Cavalry. Okay, this doesn't matter. I think we can just do you. Okay, how's our innovation? Not bad. And we're making quite a bit of money. We could actually already increase our construction sectors. Number 3, did we pass everyone in Europe? Yep, we're already the number 1 GDP, barely. We'd like to also give more companies trade. So if I get rid of luxury furnitures, increase this again. Make so much money off of opium, that's crazy. Let's give this company trade rights. Yeah, have, of course, opium addiction. So we're going to support the radical movement, and then we're going to do this. And the reason why we're supporting the radical movement was for that minus 45% enactment time. Okay, now we're going to go to switch to external trade. We're going complete radicals, I guess. And that's going to mess us up, yeah. And we're going to have to kick them out of government, which is lowering our chances, sadly. Go with that. We'll focus on that labor movement afterwards. We can actually probably get workers' rights for it, or maybe even restricted labor, which would be nice. Alright, awesome. So now we might be able to get... Oh, we need investment rights here, really badly. Let's get rid of the road maintenance here. Give them investment rights. And then we'll increase government wages. And we'll give them trade rights as well. And then we'll lower government wages. And we're paying off all of our debt. Oh yeah, that is something that I needed to focus on, was this labor movement too. So let's now focus on the labor movement. Maybe we can get more proportional taxation. That wouldn't be useful. Let us get Let's already switch over to proportional, even though we currently make less money. Because it's only going to be for a period of time that we make less money. Like, it's almost already there, and then in the future, we're going to make a lot more money off of proportional. As long as this goes down. If this gets to 100%, then we got to actually switch to something else. I don't need to see that. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, you're dead. Yeah, that's gonna take over to 100. We're gonna have to get something else. All right, what can we get? Can we get public health care? Yeah, that helps. All right. Our king just died. That sucks because he was actually a pretty good general. Oh, that's a pretty good general as well, so that's fine. You're a good general for artillery, so who can we get rid of? We're gonna move him to over here, and we're gonna move you to here. I have pillagers for the artillery because it's better to have pillagers because you get a pretty good amount of kill rate then. Alright, we're not in too much debt. We're now extremely urbanized. We have a giant GDP for 1848. Do I have... I don't have any art academies. France is in a civil war. Let's build our construction sectors up even more. So we'll build 5 here. We'll build 4 here. We'll build 20 here. I don't really care. We are not getting involved. Okay, we got public health insurance. Go with that. It'd be really nice to get proportional now. Sadly, we got rid of that. Yeah, because now we'd be making more money. What the heck? Okay. We'll go right to associate, build up the trade unions a little bit more. Oh, and of course the Radical Revolt also held all the profitable part of Belgium. Alright, we can't build all the construction sectors in Westphalia. As you can see, we have so many people investing in us. We're gonna have to intervene here too. Maybe we can get a subject. I'm gonna go here, but we're gonna keep paying attention to this. We might be able to get a puppet. Alright, there we go. Alright, all these guys are popping off in civil wars because of the springtime of the people's events. Might be able to go puppet here too. Yep. There we go. 2 puppets. Insane. Alright, another radical. Kinda sucks in a way though. Sardinia, it's in the power block. We can also probably edit their treaty even further because I believe we have trade privileges with them that we can get rid of. Get rid of both of these. That. And we'll go with that's fine. Confederates exist. I didn't even notice that. Why is France at war with us? Okay. Nice, France. That was a pretty, sucky thing, because we can't declare any sort of... Yeah. Okay, we have UK on our side, though, so we're fine. What the heck is going on? Over Denmark Civil War. We'll go with that. Yeah, now the industrialists are going to hold a lot of power in our country. I mean, we could get Spain in our power block as well if we wanted. Alright, we can focus on military research or just full-on economy. We are stalling quite a lot here. Which actually makes kind of sense considering the industrialists are probably going to have a huge amount of clout soon. And this guy sucks. And we got another one that sucks. We do not want an interventionist. Ooh, the Polish are pissed. Why does everyone have to have a civil war right now? This is just like calling Germany in for all of your problems. Another civil war? Are you serious? Okay, what is happening? What's this one? This one is Austria. Austria. Sweden. Is Brunswick having a civil war? No, Schleswig. Okay, great. Like, ugh. Everyone's gotta do it, huh? 'Tis the season. Alright, our research is going to be insane, and then once our research is done, we could probably, this is where I'd say we could go to war with Austria. Otherwise we could even wait even further. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Why are we... Oh, we're losing the Denmark one. Okay, that would explain a little bit. Okay, can I send this? No. Because UK is naval invading and taking 10 years. Okay, I lost the Denmark one. That's fine. Whatever, I don't care. I mean, I kind of care, but I don't care that bad. I just wanted all these wars to get over. I mean, I can go right back in on Denmark in 5 years. This is getting really bad. Okay, this isn't gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. Can we get right of assembly? That's pretty good. Then we don't get negative tech spread. That'll be really good as well. Alright, let's increase our government administration buildings even further. Wow, we have nobody. Remember what I said, when you run out of people, that is when you want to go to war and get German leadership, and that is exactly what has happened. We ran out of people. So now that we've ran out of people, we're gonna wait for our... Let's get rid of these treaties. We're gonna build up our military again. Even though I can't even tell how much we have of anything. We're just gonna build up our army size. This is 39. There we go. That's 50. And then we'll go bam, bam, bam. It's 35, 45, 50. Sure, I don't care. Then we'll do the same thing with this one. We'll go 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 10, 20, 30, 40. This will be 44. We'll go with socialism. There we go. And we can go for another 10, 20. 1, 2, 3. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's pretty much, yeah. 2 more. There we go. Alright, we need to focus on tech. Let's go bam. Let's finish up all of our economic stuff. And then we'll go back into military. I mean, this could be a period where you just rush military and get shrapnel artillery too. And also, now that we have basically all of our buildings where we have full workers, we're going to have to start using these to bring up more workers. We might even have to go to these. I mean, we're going to build up our military ginormously. But we also got to wait for this treaty to end so that Russia doesn't intervene, since they have the Holy Alliance with Austria. Increase these institutions. $50 million GDP 1850. Kind of stagnated during that wartime. I mean, where's all of our Qs going? Yeah, we can start exporting all this iron. Tools, coal, clippers, lead, sulfur, guns. Let's go with that. Okay, our Holy Alliance treaty is over. Easy way to now do this and just give them military access so that we don't have a one-year truce from disbanding it. Also, Austria's at war with who? Ottomans. So this is like the perfect time. Who else supports them? We don't care. Who's likely to side on their side? Baden, really? Russia's not likely to join them. That's really bad. So now we need to make sure this war ends before this war. Because otherwise, it is likely... We also need to take this state. Yeah, we're going to decline that. We want you as a subject. Okay. We want to make sure that they don't back down either. Okay, why did Sweden leave? Why are we just losing people? Okay, we're going to... Does everyone have the same mobilization laws? No. Now we gotta go into our military, edit some stuff. There we go. We're going to send these guys to finish that up, actually, and we'll send these guys to the Austrian front. We'll send these guys to the Austrian front, and I'll actually put these guys on pillage. What? Are you good? Yeah, you're good. Okay, and then I'll send these guys also to the Austrian front. On pillage, pillage. And then they need to have a strategic objective on Austria proper. These are the only ones without one. Okay, there we go. Then, if I make this a primary, it should actually make the board pause for a little bit longer, giving that one time to catch up. What's our decisions? No, those are useless. We can declare more interest. Let's declare one in Congo. We can actually get another colony, probably. Oh, the British have one there? Of course. Why does Denmark have two? Whatever. Don't ask questions. I guess. Alright, hopefully we end that war really quickly. We're gonna have to intervene. That's gonna mess us up. Alright, let's try and hurry up and beat the Austrians now. Like, as fast as possible, because... Yeah, too many wars at once. Hey, look, Austria fully formed. I think it's something we're going to do is we're going to now... We're just going to send this over to France, and we're going to have all of our conscripts, and we're going to just defend. We'll go high military wages, make sure we go to general training. Switzerland, why are all these people having civil wars left and right? Better join the power block. Alright. Lost all of Scandinavia. That French war is about to begin. I can actually send all of these guys now back over here. And I can actually send these guys also over to there. Did one of you side against me? No, you side on my side. Alright. Then we're going to send this one on a strategic front so that they don't get naval invaded. Okay. And we're just gonna win the Austrian front without even sending any troops there. Okay, another civil war. Just, you know, amazing. We love to see these civil wars, don't we? And then you want us on your side, of course. You don't even have any of your country, so that's just great. Oh, and then Russia, now I'm against. I mean, just fucking ridiculous, dude. Alright, we got 70 million GDP, 1852. And all of our treaties are gone. And we own 90% of our GDP instead of like 40. And the whole 11 other percent is basically other German states and Sweden, Belgium, and Russia. So, yeah, not that bad. We'll send this one now over into Russia. Because everyone's just deciding to fuck on me. They're like, fuck you. Oh, cool. Austria's on our side. Wow, look at that. You wouldn't expect that. After all that's happened. Yep. And then we'll just send this one over here. I just want out of all these wars. Alright, let's fix all of this. Get rid of these because those suck. They bring our GDP down. They don't suck. They turn better when you run out of pops. But I need to see if we have run out of pops everywhere in Germany or not. Sure, we'll do that. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, cool. This is where we're at. Now, another thing that I need to know is... Oh gosh. Okay, we'll build 10, 11 here. 1 here. 4 here. 4 here. 4 here. 3 here. And that's it. Switzerland's almost dead. Our conscripts are too much. I need to get rid of all this. Our org is awful. These are all on that one. Okay. We're losing pretty bad. I don't even know if we should be on the offensive or not. No, probably not. Okay. I mean, all of our organization is gone. So we're just gonna have to wait. Wait a while. You're on offense, you can go on defense. I know you can go actually on offense. I'll just send you to St. Petersburg. If you're winning, I don't know why you would be winning though. With how powerful the Russians are on this front. I mean, we're losing everywhere. Because me and Austria just beat the hell out of each other. Okay, so what is going on here? Why are they all leaving this front for that front? Nothing makes sense. Okay. I need to upgrade generals. And I'm gonna get my conscripts back. so that we have a chance of winning. This is what we're going to do. Then after that, we're going to go here, finish that up. And going for pan-nationalism wouldn't be bad. Honestly, might be the thing what we should do first. Alright, now we can go on to rapid advance. The thing that sucks about all these wars at once when we just literally formed North Germany is all of our armies are now messed up. Let's have a quick check on... Dude, Posen is majority German now. That's crazy. So maybe the assimilation thing did work. Another thing, oh wow, we really don't want to go on cultural exclusion. Can we go on to proportional? Yes, we can. Who are you, Chile? No, I don't care about you. Alright. This is all on that front line. I don't care about that front line. I want this front line to succeed. Because once this front line succeeds, we can just probably kill... Sardinia. There we go. Can declare another interest. We'll put it in the Balkans. Doesn't really matter. Can start our colonization. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. That's it. Another person died because of taxes. Unity and tradition. Sure. We'll go here. Alright. Now we can actually fully upgrade. Oh yeah, all of our institutions are actually fine. Okay, cool. And we got 100% legitimacy. That's epic. Our power block is fully set up. Awesome. Still 100% legitimacy. Papal States is dead. And we won. Cool. Epic. I'm going to end the video right here because we've already been recording for quite a long time. We are 75 million GDP in 1853 and the number 3 GDP in the world, way ahead of any other European power, and we can, you know what, we can even form Germany right now and without even taking Alsace. So let's form Germany and then let's just see what our GDP is. It's 85 million. Cool. 85 million in 1853. If we wanted to take Alsace, what would it be? It would be 88 million in 1853. So 88 million in 1853, compared that to anyone else. We're already number 2 and we're close to number 1. It would be by 1857 we'd probably be number 1 GDP. And we're going to have way better taxation in the future. I mean, Germany's now basically in a set spot. All you got to do is get some colonies and basically perfect, while the rest of the world is falling apart. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's this video, and see you guys.